I'm studying people's business. They're talking ya. They're talking ya. When last you been home? Leave me alone. Mind your one A. Chicken back. Wow.
This is behind the scenes of the Positive Forces show. I'm your host, Mom.
Co-host Yola. Yoli. I'm the one help you through your life.
All right, the one is in the building. Woo! All right, the one we missed you today.
I know. I was trying to get here. Contribution.
That's okay. Good to see you. So we talked about what women hate today. We talked about a man that's emotionally unavailable. That was the key that we zoned in on. A man being emotionally unavailable and the causes and whys behind it. And we just wanted to come back in with the therapist on and just to see, what is your take on that? We talked about how something if someone is emotionally available, they are pretty and they just literally are just don't want to connect. Literally don't want to connect on a deep level, even if they are physically present, they're not necessarily emotional. So a little bit behind the scenes, right?
I think that what you got you said was correct. Yeah, people when they're emotionally unavailable, they don't want to be vulnerable. But I think a lot of people from the reality, also with that emotionally unavailable to connect with that particular person, but they're able to do it with somebody else or somebody from their past and choose not to be emotionally vulnerable with people because they have, I will say they have a motive.
So makes sense. They just want to play around, have fun,
Right,
and get what they want and then go. So they don't want a stable relationship. They don't want a relationship really. They just want like a situationship or something like that, right?
Yep.
Okay. We talk about how I love you, but with no emotions behind it, and it's just yeah.
Right. I think with that, when you kind of know from the end that I love you, if it's like really genuine or not. Because if you're really opposite with the person and you know there's some emotional emptiness there, are you listening just to the word that you want to hear, or are you actually truly being present in a moment of what that person is saying? I think a lot of times, again, are choosing not to know connected to you. I think most people.
Of course, yeah.
I think so for sure. You can tell.
I think the woman can't tell she's not emotionally available,
Exactly.
or she's just not. She's not looking for that. Yeah. Or she just wanted.
Or desperation.
So child trauma is what can cause and trigger that for a man to be dismissive or neglect, give he's dismissive because childhood trauma. He just they were dismissive. They weren't present. They were abused.
That's true too.
Right. So
Yeah.
if they're abused, then of course they can't exhibit the emotional availability that you have.
Right to be in a relationship. But also, another I guess part of that would also be that society really doesn't encourage men to be emotional, right? And we're asking, like we say, well, don't cry, don't do this, don't have any emotions until they get, it's like to mid adulthood, like high school, and expect them to be in a relationship and be emotionally intelligent. So I think a lot of that is what being able to, being to not to be to their emotions for so long. And then you're like, oh, well, you're 25. Well, why can't you do A, B, C, and D? Like,
for sure.
they were never taught or given the opportunity to connect with their emotions. So I'm taking all.
Yes, we did.
Because some of them were punished for having feelings and expressing their feelings. Hey, you're crying. What you're crying for? Wipe up your tears, right? Like wipe your tears. Don't shed a tear.
Yeah.
You don't need anybody. You're your own man. So don't cry. You're not a word. The S word, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, so yeah. Culturally, that's a problem too. When we talk tells them, hey, it's unsafe for you to feel that emotional connection, and it suppresses them. So they avoid the emotions to survival. Because as a child they had to minds in survival mode so that they
Whether it's like, family neglect or abuse or school bullying.
yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say to a woman chases the man, tries to get him, doesn't care, but she now gets the man and he's not emotionally available to her, but she's doing everything for you or someone in a long-term relationship?
First, I would say she needs to do something to work. Because why are you chasing somebody and it's not being reciprocated? What does it say about you that you have to continuously chase the high of being in a trying to be in a relationship? I think like you need to go be able to connect back with yourself. So I would say that she needs to look in the mirror and say, what's going on with me that I need to do this man. That he needs to go do some work and say, well, what is it about me that I don't feel safe to it all. So, well, like, I can sit here and tell you what you should and shouldn't do.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're a chaser, you're going to keep chasing until you really understand why you're chasing.
Yeah. And or I guess until you're fulfilled that chase. I'm not being fulfilled. My needs are not being met. What am I doing? Yeah. And then Dewan's voice comes back. and then what should I say? Yeah, that's how it happens, guys.
Interesting. Interesting. We talked about journaling, how journaling could be a great way for a man and men, but we talked about when they're journaling, like journal from prompts.
Oh
Like a
yeah.
possible prompt could be, who in my life have molded, um, who in my life helped me to be vulnerable? At what point in my life have I ever been vulnerable? And just dump, like a brain dump, and just keep writing that and see if that kind of helps. And then they can also say when someone tries and just use different prompts for them to be able to read, step out of themselves and read the feedback as of somebody else and see if they could even give themselves a little therapy session, right? Themselves a little therapy session and write it down on paper.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like I think, like I said, I don't think that men generally sit down and journal, like have diaries, like when we were young girls when they were younger are more apt to sit down in a diary and like pour out journaling and mentoring group of somebody that is actually emotionally available and
Okay.
is able to teach them how to connect with their emotions might work better for them, like a group setting.
Okay.
For men, that's what I would suggest if they're willing to do something like that. And then kind of make sure it's often like
Met with
criticism or like,
Right,
ooh,
right.
judgment.
they calling them out their name and
Soft.
things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So, it's just a space where they feel safe. And it may not necessarily be journaling, but anything to
Yeah.
help them connect get those emotions out. So,
Mm.
yeah.
So with the boxing, they'll get the emotions out. Will that help them with the process of speaking now, or is it just the anger being released?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the anger would be released, and there'd probably be
More
that out the
susceptible
way,
to
and then they'd
talk.
be more apt. Sometimes they'd be more apt to talk. If they're prompted in their life,
Makes
like
sense.
forced to be like sit down on this piece of paper and write down your emotions and
Mm.
things like that. So, not going against journaling if you wanted that. That's
Two. Teen, you did this,
oh god,
right?
2 years old. I don't know.
Hurt the trainer.
Oh,
Oh
don't
my
hurt the trainer.
God.
Don't hurt the
I
Who remembers when they were 2 years old?
don't
trainer.
remember
Us too.
two.
I
I don't
remember
remember
very
two.
few details when I was 2.
Really?
Like the last age I remember was like 12, 13, maybe.
Really? That's as far you can go.
Yeah, not really.
Good times that I've had when I was younger. I don't know how. Maybe I can go back to. See, I can remember spats of things, but I don't know if I know the specific age.
Right.
But I.
And I remember the thing and the age. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think
Mm.
2, 3, somewhere around there, 4. I remember running down the and to me with my feet it seemed long, so in
Found a
and
block.
green carpet, and my dad had a canary, and one time we left it outside and it was
Oh my
winter and the canary
God.
died, and
Oh my God.
I eating a drumstick in my high and all this is Canadian memories. Yeah. And as a California memories, 10. Walking to school, and one day there was fog and I couldn't see, and my best friend didn't go to school that day. So I'm walking down the street. It was actually Nicholson. Walking down the street, and this person because
Mm.
it's fog, I can't see. And I was like, oh my gosh, I
Right.
didn't do anything. It was somebody standing in the fog.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
walking. Yeah, I
Interesting.
remember I went to piano class and walking to ballet and going to. I mean, I got a lot of
A
memories.
lot of
Oh
memories.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do
Maybe
too.
I have like spotlight memories. I don't like remember like full memories.
Memories.
It's not really.
Really?
I remember getting bit by a
Mm.
dog and
Oh,
remember
And they
every
stayed
dog we
outside.
had.
Dogs
Dogs
stay
stay outside,
outside.
Yeah, that's true. In the Caribbean, they don't have dog in the
in the
house.
house.
Well,
They're
not back
outside.
then. Now they probably do because everyone's
Yeah.
Americanized,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's
But in
true.
my time, no, well, I have to take it back because my mom did have one friend that had two Pompex, and they were both inside the house.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
mine
Back
was
then?
not.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
mine was not. Mine
Black
was
is stay
outside.
outside. Come out of the house.
Yeah.
Mine
Yeah,
was
man.
outside.
Stay
And then
outside.
when she did get inside, she would just go crazy, running everywhere.
Of
But
course.
she was outside. But I remember
No.
every dog we had growing up. I remember that we
Wow.
had.
No. Not all. All right. So question. One can feel numb when they have to express, when others are expressing their feelings for a man that's not emotionally available. Some express themselves to them. They do you know anything about that? Can you speak on
Like the person that's talking is
the
numb.
the man that's listening that has these emotional
Oh, he's not responsive to the person's emotion.
yeah, yeah.
That's they don't know how to manage. I won't say just say the person doesn't express themselves to them. People don't really know how to respond. Like
Yeah.
um, the main emotions are happy, sad, angry. Most people that's all they really don't how to identify them. Really don't know how to. Yeah, so I think with that, I think it might be a um froze like a what am I gonna say like a frozen response because they don't know how to respond
They
to
don't
it.
know how to
They don't know
respond.
what to say. You know,
Mhm.
they don't, it's not their vocabulary of emotion. So I think
Mm.
that's probably what that is.
There is a wheel, guys, emotional and feelings wheel.
Oh, I
Google
hear
it.
that all the time.
I have it in
For
the
sure. All the time.
classroom. Yeah, it's a very good
Yeah.
allows you to be able to identify and there are layers to it. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That's what they should do.
Well, I teach
This,
it.
oh,
I
good.
do.
I'm glad
And then we
it's one
have
person.
one
Yes.
person. Well, we have social
Oh,
emotional learning for students. So
okay.
yes, is one of the programs is called Sources of Strength, and they're
Oh.
able to do that. So we're trying to kind of get them to, because the problem is when they become adults, when people become adults, like you said, they only have those five things that they those five adjectives that they can describe
Yeah.
their feelings. So
Yeah.
we want to be able to be able to how they feel. Some people in some cultures might be self-aware. It's growing them to be able to manage themselves, right?
Mhm.
And be aware, know how to help themselves and recognize things in people. And I think once they do that, they'll be better for them as an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree.
I
Mhm.
agree. It's
Mhm.
cool. Like, I think other countries do it, but you know.
If they do that, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. There's a lot of
Yes.
social emotional learning going on now.
Countries do.
People are aware that strategy for people in general, both kids and adults, to learn. And I
Mhm.
think that if men were able to do that once they grew up, they wouldn't have been able to be this unavailable
Mhm.
the feeling.
Right.
Like, don't
Exactly.
know needs your empathy or
Mhm.
understanding
Mhm.
or compassion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, you got guys like if a woman cries in front of them, they don't know what to do. They're like freaking out, like, please don't cry. Like, you think I can't, right?
It's never that. In fact, either one or two things. It's either help you, my arms around you, or
Mhm.
it's don't cry, telling you to cry. Don't cry. Don't
Yeah, but that's
cry.
as
It's gonna
much
be
as
okay.
they do.
So,
They can't.
yeah,
There's nothing else to go. At least they can say that.
yeah.
Right.
Some are like, I don't know what
else
to
are you
do. What
supposed
you
to do?
want?
Except if I mean, like, what else are you supposed to do?
Mm.
Except because nowadays I find some people, like you were saying, don't really take advantage advice, but then they also in that moment don't hear anything. They just want some kind of comfort or how to feel. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's tricky.
So there you go, man. We want you to be emotionally available, right? Final
That'd be
thoughts.
nice. That would be nice.
What's your word for them before you go?
My word?
Yeah. What's your word for them?
Oh,
Or
advice.
words, advice.
Oh, okay.
Your
I
words of
don't have a
advice.
word,
Your
but
words of advice.
I would say for everybody, not just men.
Sure.
We all need to get connected with our emotions a little bit deeper.
Mm.
We need to look at this. We'll talk about.
Mm.
We need to be able to identify how we're feeling in the moment. I think a lot of as adults, we aren't responsible for our own either. So I think everybody needs to get a better handle on their emotions, some sort of outlet for the emotion,
Mm.
to kind of help it move through the body. Unless it's going to get stuck there. And then that's where your depression, anxiety, all that stuff comes from. So I think everybody needs to just be able to connect with their emotions better, identify what they are, and learn how to move through them. So that's my advice.
That's
Nice.
good.
I like it.
You got something else?
No.
That's
A
it?
long time ago, I took this class. When I was into the class with school, and I realized the technique that he used was one where you could only express what you were doing through some type of adjective of how you were feeling.
Good.
And I just realized how important it was. And I also realize now that I'll communicate in class
I
with
love
the
that.
person in front of you, and you saying what you're feeling, or how that person. So it's a back and forth thing. So it's based on a scenario. What is it? In that it makes you be real. You can't like pretend. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I
That's
agree.
good. That's good. I can see that. Because it's like saying, oh, no, I feel elated, or I feel ecstatic, or I feel, but your actions are the opposite.
And that's what you're going for. Authenticity.
Authenticity.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I like it.
Authenticity,
I
yes.
like that word.
Good.
I love it.
Feels good.
Hello. 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 Hello.
No, funky.
Yo, island people make anything into a song, y'all.
Always. It's good. That's the crazy thing. It's always good. When is it not good?
Beans, we love you. Take care.
I don't care what people want. I will talk you anytime I day. Ask the most questions. Where you from?
Where you from?
Where you going?
Where your mother?
When last you been home?
Mind your mind your funky thing. Mind your funky thing. Just leave me alone.
When you feel leave me alone. Take care, guys.